Evening. Just watching a video, listening to someone try to tell me, or presumably someone, why it might be connected to space and astrology and all this weird stuff. And I was thinking about it myself. And it kind of comes down to something really weird and basic. The impossibility of being clearly understood. Like, it's been a theme throughout my life where it's like somebody in the class could ask the dumbest question in the world or tell a fart joke, and everybody just loves that shit. And they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, I want to know that too, you know? And then something that the teacher might ask, or the valedictorian might ask, that everyone should know, or so that just makes sense to ask or say. I say it, and then all of a sudden, like, I get made fun of, or everyone's like, that's stupid. Nobody cares about that. Like, it's always this opposite shit. Like, and so then I guess in some ways it came down to, well, everybody's boring. Is this feeling that came over me, I suppose. And the knowledge that we're taught in school is just, so basic. So then I'd always find books that were interesting. But then I'd never be able to find anybody else that was interested in it. Unless they were like a million miles away, or there was some scholar that wouldn't talk to anybody. And there was nobody to talk about it. So then, and that's been the entire way. Or like taking a testing, right? There was this testing I took. And um, I was at this alternative school for 6 months or so, less than 6 months. It was like 3 months. And I got like almost a year and a half worth of schoolwork done. And I never really, not a lot, smoked pot before that. But once I started to school, the interesting thing was almost everybody in there was a pothead. And on lunch, we'd go and everybody'd hop in a car and we'd go down Spearfish Canyon. We all get baked and then come back. And then our teacher was an ex pothead. Her name was Bethany. And then we'd walk in and she'd just be like, you guys better get a lot of freaking work done this afternoon. Like, what are you doing? And they were like, oh, yeah, yeah, Bethany, well, we're going to get our work done, right? But I remember we took this testing. It was for like 160 different job types, right? And I scored high in all of them. Every single one. But it was supposed to help you find a good job for you. I bet you every single one of those people probably has a better life than me now. It was in the class. Even if they just work at the fucking sawmill in Spearfish. It's been a life curse. That everyone around me always seems to get the best of things. And whenever I get something that's good, it's killed, stolen, um, it's a problem. I'm not supposed to have anything. I'm not supposed to have fun. I'm not supposed to have a community. I'm not supposed to belong. I might be the weirdest person on the planet and fit right in. But I can't be normal, and I'm normal. I can't be smart, but I'm smart. I can't be stupid, but apparently I'm stupid. And anyone else can have this do the same thing, and it never works out for me. I'm really surprised that I haven't offed myself. Because there's always these jealous, controlling forces. Always. And obviously, I didn't have any kind of clue about who I was, as if that matters a lot, but apparently it does, until I was 36. But the weird thing is, the one thing that I was protected when I was doing was whenever I got high. Yeah, I never got a drug charge. I never got in trouble for that. Oh, but I could just be walking down the street. Oh, here's one. Like, I was driving my car through the main stoplight in this town in my old car, and I was going the speed limit. It was the 5:00 p.m. and a cop freaking coming the other way fucking flips around in the middle of the intersection and hauls ass going like 40 miles an hour to come pull me over, to give me a $25 ticket for going the speed limit because I didn't have my seatbelt on. And this happens everywhere I go. But everyone else can have the benefit of the doubt. They, like sexual harassment, like they can get away with whatever. But like I can't even like walk a straight normal line without being fucked with. Oh, but yeah, well, we'll let you do this because we need to use it for whatever the powers that be are using it for. That when I was perfectly clean, then my second wife freaking starts to fight with me. I go to my mom's house and come back, and she stole all the Christmas presents from the house, the marriage license off the wall, and I didn't have my wedding ring on because I'd done the dishes or something. She stole that, and then moved into a meth head's house, who was her boss at McDonald's. And then the landlord supported her all the way, allowed her to break in the house to take whatever she wanted, even though I was like, you can come in and take whatever you want, just come by after I get off of work. Nope, the landlord gave her a key, told her to come in and take whatever she wanted, and then a couple weeks later, she drove by in the middle of the night and threw a big old chunk of concrete through my bedroom window, and the landlord wanted me to pay for it. This gang stalk and this whatever the fuck it is, this bullshit has happened every minute of my life. Whether I was the kid that my own parents didn't take care of me and had high waters and huge old glasses and would have to walk to and from school in Wyoming when it's like 40 below and a blizzard outside, and then I get to school and everybody pick on me or whatever, and then I come home and my stepdad would steal the video games and put them in his room, and then I'd get in trouble for any little thing, and he'd pull out the belt and whip me. And it's kind of been the same way my entire life. Whether, like a contacts, oh, I have options, but then everybody else, everybody else can be interested in space, but I can't be interested in space. Oh, but if I'm interested in space, then, well, it has to mean something other than that. Oh, anybody else can cheat on their girlfriend and she'll just come right back, and they can have kids, they can do a bunch of drugs together and get to keep their kids and split up and still, I don't know, like, I'm always just locked out, right? I guess I don't even, if I'm going to have a kid, then it'll make sure to be killed. And if I'm being a good dad for somebody else's kids, then it doesn't matter. She'll keep the dads that are pieces of shit around and then push me out. If all of a sudden I'm clean and I stop doing one thing, oh, then every time you take a sip of alcohol, then the whole world's gonna, people are gonna want to beat you up because you had a sip of alcohol. You gotta be perfect. Oh, but when you're perfect, oh, well, then nothing's gonna work for you anyway because we don't want anybody that's perfect. It's really stupid. I hate it. Oh, well, we want you to, we're all gonna pick on you, and then as soon as you put one of our names down or something, or put us in one of your memes, then we're gonna have a soul tie and a bond with you, and then we get to control your life. Oh, but so that it brings it up, and then we'll see now we're gonna turn around and defame your character until you put it away. Oh, but then when you put it away, oh, well, it doesn't. We're not gonna have to stop, so we'll do whatever the fuck we want to you. No, we're gonna lock you out and trap you and everything, and then lead you into tarot and everything, and then turn everybody, and then follow you for 5 years and find out who you like and how it all goes together, and then have them push off against you from the very beginning, and then uh, and then you got to lead, but you're the one that's starving to death, and they're all acting like you're the puppy in the window, and they're trying to lift you up, and then here we are, fucking 5 years later, and now, gone through all these cycles and everything, and everybody else has, made all this money and prospered off of it, and then here I am all by myself still. That like I took right when COVID started or whatever, I started painting. And I didn't put hardly any money into it, because you don't have to put a lot of money into hobbies. And I do when I was drinking or stoned or whatever, or just for fun, and try all different things. And I don't have a style. Every couple of my 2 or 3 of my paintings, I look like a totally different style. Like, and I guess that's what's interesting about it to me. It's not like all the Picassos, like, well, it's cubism, it's one style. But then I get locked out of my own life during the second year of COVID, and then my mom uses my room and buys like, and won't send me any money, and then spends like $5,000 to $10,000 having every kind of arts and crafts thing there is known to man, and most of it's never been touched. Which right now I'm slowly trying to organize that stuff, because once I moved in, then I had to get moved to my brother's room. But then my brother moved right back in afterwards, so then I had to move it upstairs. And so then one thing I've been doing every day is trying to organize that stuff. So I've been, it sounds like poor me, right? Like, oh, well, it can't be that bad, that hard for anybody else. It's just like, it's so fucking frustrating that I can't do good enough to succeed. And there's all these forces trying to make sure that I don't succeed because of who I am. Wow, there's all these people believing in me, but they could just have a video, a, a website. Like there's one where she just has a camera on when she sleeps every day, and people will fucking send her money. And the camera just has her sleeping. There's all these videos of like the guy that like he has a song like the meth pipe rolls, and whatever, and people think he's so cool and think he's so funny. Yeah, but I can never get away with that. If I bring it up, oh yeah, look, you drug, you piece of shit. all this just to have a normal life. And what's a normal life? To always be pushed around and from place to place. And then the only time shit ever works out is when secret forces can do it. And I don't have anybody to talk to. And then they can move me around like this fucking capstone that, they can't touch anywhere above and below. Nobody can know what I'm doing, and I'm not allowed to tell anybody. And nobody can know what's going on in my mind. I just got to pray to God, and then they'll listen in and move me around where I need to go. But there's nowhere for me to go. Until, well, now I've built all this shit up so they can use it against me in the collective, in society. But it's supposed to be, how is this helping? There must be some seriously fucking twisted, sick motherfucking narcissist out there running the system. How can I succeed if the whole idea is those that hate God and hate the idea and could put the whole idea of Jesus or Lucifer or whatever on me and twist it whatever, but anybody else is just like, oh, I hate Jane or whatever or this or that, but I have to hold all this extra shit of intense emotions twisted up with everyone's spirit. Apart from, how could I ever fucking carry it? And obviously it makes me feel really fucking weird about all that stuff. And so then I put it into memes or into playlists or whatever. And then that's even worse, apparently. While I still have nowhere to go. Just barely surviving. I was meant to be, if anything, born as a noble. And to learn everything appropriately, like, oh, okay, you're gonna learn sword fighting, you're gonna learn shipbuilding, you're gonna learn, naval strategy, you're gonna learn about agriculture and all, I don't know, all this stuff, like you're the goddamn college, so that one day you can be king. Okay. Oh, but since the way things are, oh, well, you can learn everything you want to know, but we're just gonna use AI and make it into something else, and you're gonna still be sitting in that fucking basement, unable to make $1 off of nothing, and we're gonna make it all fucking complicated and shit. But you just gotta keep it simple. Now we're gonna use all this stuff against you, especially since it makes us look bad, or since we needed you to bring it all out because. Oh, but what's in the dark is brought to the light. Oh, but if it's in the light, oh, but the screens are in the dark. Oh, but well, then we'll change it when you're sleeping. And then, like, what the fuck? It sounds so delusional, right? It sounds crazy. And it is fucking crazy. And I'd be just fine fucking working at a goddamn furniture factory. Uh, yeah. And then coming home to my wife and having kids and enjoying a regular old life. Instead, I'm tied up to hundreds of people, and we're all being pitted against each other, and everyone's separated, and it's meant to make me the enemy or the savior or whatever. And I just wake up every day and go to sleep every day in the same fucking place and can't go nowhere. And then it's all about this X shit and their energy weapons or whatever the fuck they do to talk to us in our heads or to attack our bodies and shit. To push everyone along like cattle. I mean, if I knew exactly what I needed to do in order to build myself up to help people, like, okay, I see this person, then, to send her a blessing or whatever, apart from knowing exactly, then all right, I'll do this thing. And then, like, oh, well, there's this problem, say that I brought up in a playlist. And then then if I knew what to do, okay, well, then, but they made it so there's no fucking way that I could know. And they keep changing it to keep everyone upset and everyone struggling and everyone divided on this fucking 666's shit. I've been going through these phases lately. Personally, I've been breaking down into tears every single day. There's no way out. There's no fucking hope. And everyone else can play a victim. Or be the hot shot. I barely have the opportunity to be myself. While I'm pushed into, yeah, why don't you do tarot? Okay, now we're going to use it against you. Okay, now you're not supposed to do tarot. Or whatever you use the tarot, now we're going to use it. Now we're going to turn on everybody else. Okay, well, what? Now why don't you, do this next thing? Okay, but now you got to get out of it. And we're never going to give you anything for any of it. But anyone else can just be like, I wake up today I'm doing my Sagittarius reading. Here's my process. And then, oh, wow, I got 1,100 views. And another 2 or 3 readings, I'll be able to make an income off of this. But then, once I just delete everything and go away, then what? Then they'll be like, the whole idea is we need to push everybody to religion and back to God. So we're just setting everybody up with Josh. And then whether or not one way or another, then as soon as all this is over, when he dies or whenever he leaves, then we're just going to cut everybody's income and make sure, everybody's left out in the cold. So that they'll have to crawl their way back to church. Because the whole idea is to keep everyone ignorant and enslaved. And producing like cattle, one way or another. And creativity is the one thing that's not cared about, like when I was painting. And then as soon as I started painting, there was all these videos that started coming out of people just fucking throwing paint at the canvas. They always make fun of me like that. And splattered paint. And then people had started having fucking galleries of that shit and selling paintings. They're not Jackson Pollocks. There's nothing fucking fancy about these fucking things. And sell them for $500,000. And then the other funny thing of like, what's his face? Banksy. He just took a fucking stencil and spray painted a girl with a balloon on a fucking canvas. It probably took him 5 minutes to put it in. And the only fancy thing is he made it so that it had a mechanism so it shredded halfway through. And then, yeah, look, I divided above and below with nothing. Huh? Now what you can do? Paint all you want. Nobody gives a fuck about you, Josh. Oh, look, we can splatter paint. Just fucking throw the paintball down. Oh, look, now I'm gonna put it on eBay. Look, $750. Yeah, bitch. What are you gonna do? You want to get in crypto? Oh, well, we're gonna make sure that one thing in crypto that you bought, that you don't have access to it. And then people are gonna just use AI to make graphic design things and just pop 100 of them out a day, and people are just gonna get rich off of that for nothing, doing nothing. If anybody puts their effort into anything, that's not worth nothing. You start cooking, Selena Gomez is just gonna start cooking like an idiot, and she's going to be able to give away $10,000 every day. Who knows if she actually can cook good or if it's act, you know? But that's just what it's all about. It's all about something else. It's about bullshit. And real people aren't allowed to be. And fuck. I'd like to be on the set of Murderers in the Building. That seems like an easy job. And it's not about being easy, but you know, you get to hang out with people every day, and you know, it seems like fun. And they even started doing it to the actors. Oh yeah, well, you want to be an actor? Well, now you can act with. It's all green screen. You don't even know what the movie looks like until you're done. We'll pay you $5 million, and then we'll make $100 million off the video, and only spend $1 million on AI fucking graphics to do the whole thing. So we just had to pay you, and because we could even take your face off, making it anybody. You know, you would have gotten paid $10 million before that in any other video or movie you made. But now it doesn't even matter. Now you're just like any other schmuck on the street. What is it to be a personality? See, they're reducing everybody and making everyone look retarded. And the dumber you look, the quicker you'll shine. Just the way it seems. While trying to be at the same exact time, be like, yeah, you know, it's a spiritual revolution. You know, everyone needs to learn about all this extra stuff and about the occult and about astrology and, you know, start doing tarot and all this and self-wellness or whatever. But then the dumb motherfuckers that just care about money just come out and go, hey, well, I just hit up this company and now I make millions off of doing nothing, that they just import gems, B quality gems from India, and then it gets sent to this other warehouse and they put them in pretty packages and then they send them to your house and then we'll send them to all the tarot readers and have them market them to everybody. And that person probably didn't have to hardly lift a finger. Now they got this huge ass company. I kind of wish we'd go back to the fucking 50s. The kids play out in the yard, around the neighborhood. You know, dad goes to work, mom. I mean, I guess the weird part is that women didn't go to work then. But just something about that era just seems like that was perfect in some ways. At the same time, as the system has always set it up to keep all this chaos in the world. We can't be at peace for a moment because, oh, well, then all of a sudden it's stagnation. But war and death and weapons, that's money. If every other year they change all the trends, then we have to throw everything out. Or now all the things that last year were $100 a piece, and now they're a dime a dozen. Then nobody cares about them. But then in 5 years we'll say, hey, any of those that are still left are worth $1,000. But certain people could just play the whole market, and then I don't know how the world could balance itself out. I find it really troubling. In the way that I've learned that somehow I'm at the center of all this, and you're the center of what? and getting paid nothing for it. While those that manipulate the whole thing could never run out of money. While making sure I'm indebted to every single thing that I ever touch, and that there's nowhere to go, and that I might as well just fucking, there's no escape for me. I'm doing good in school. Then they start attacking me in class. Worse than than I normally hear, to the point where I was incapable of reading. While somebody in particular out there argued with me in my head, and then everyone around me, it's beyond explanation. There's no point in talking about it. But then, hey, now if I were to become an accountant, well, I don't. Now the government doesn't own me because, well, I couldn't finish the classes. Oh, but then it makes it look like I run away from things. But whatever I commit myself to, then I always get taken out of it. Even when I was going to set the record for the state of South Dakota in a couple races. And immediately before that, then I got injured. So I couldn't complete that. Or the only way I'm allowed to win is when it's like, oh, well, the whole team couldn't win, like with football. And then, hey, you and the other guy in the team who had one thing that each of you couldn't do. He couldn't throw worth a shit, even though he's a goddamn giant, and it took 5 fucking kids to knock him down. And you scrawny little bastard, Josh, you're on the fucking front line. Well, you're the fastest guy on the team, but you can't catch. Then, hey, at Hill City, yeah, then you get to do the winning touchdown. Yay, Edgemont wins. Okay. Now we're done. Nobody celebrates Josh. But you got to do something, right? You got to complete a goal. That's good enough, right? You just get to be proud of yourself. Nobody's gonna care about you when you're gone. How'd that make you feel? And you never know what to do next, where to go. Oh, but I'm supposed to be guided by the divine. I have this fucking motherfucker in my head talking off and on here and there. Sure as fucking ain't an angel. And it's not my intuition. And he doesn't give me any advice worth a shit either. And a lot of times he says a lot of negative things about me. And acts exactly like my stepdad, only worse, as an abuser. But I'm crazy, you know. I would never say stuff like that about people. It just shows how bad evil runs the world through fucking technology. We'd probably all be better off if there was an EMP and everything, there was a cell phone, a computer, whatever, just fucking wiped out. But that'd be even worse, because fuck, then what would they do to all of us? If everybody's already tied up and basically fucking tagged. It's not like I had a choice any part of this way. Remember, I kept everything to myself. That didn't get me anywhere. Whenever I speak up, that doesn't get me anywhere. If I get rid of everything and move on, that doesn't get me anywhere. Oh, but if I keep it all, oh, well, that doesn't get me anywhere. They've only been doing this to me for a decade of my life, specifically. And I don't want fucking any part of it. I mean, if Trump watches this stuff, why hasn't he fucking called me up and given me some kind of fucking bargain offer or some shit? I mean, as soon as I mentioned Kristi Noem, then she got a fucking job. But I don't want just a job. I mean, if every time I say something one way or another, then it looks like he has a bad fucking day. Well, shit, I ain't trying to fucking pick on him. He could give some contributions. I mean, he's got all this fucking money. Help a brother out, man. If I'm happy, you're happy, right? If I'm pissed off and somehow it stems back to you, and every time I bring it up, then shit, you have a bad day. Well, fuck. I mean, but anybody will go up into the church and fucking, throw some money in the collection tray for why? When the church already got the money for free to have the church. And then everybody already got taxed. And then we're all going to give our money back to the church. And then hope that it'll help somebody when they're in need, but we're all fucking needing some help and we're all in need. And so then it all goes back down to this thing about what the fuck is God, right? It comes down to mostly it's a whole bunch of rich controlling men and a system. But then they made it so that so the shadow one in each person, that one's God. Then we got to lead. And then turn around on everyone. And turn around on everyone, turn around on everyone, turn around on everyone. So where's freedom at? Fuck, I'd love just to live in a goddamn cabin. And a mile from some little old town. Some kind of weird ass romance novel. Little House on the Prairie, only the Mountain Man series or some shit. Only, hey, shit, how many single women are out there that are tarot readers? And got their own business and this and that. And they're single. And they got no kids. They don't have to be tarot readers. I'm just saying that's kind of like where I'm at. But when I was during COVID, when I was like, what? I gotta look for my divine partner. What the fuck does that mean? So I started looking for it in singers. So I made a list of singers, and now all those singers are hooked up to somebody else. Oh, but it's supposed to be your dream, your fantasy. And one of the things I knocked on the most is fucking football. So of course, who'd Taylor Swift end up with? A fucking football player. And who'd Selena end up with? Oh, well, I'm Scarface, so she ended up with Benny Blanco. What the fuck? But see, he could rap and sing romantic. And it doesn't matter how good she can cook. He could take her out any day of the week. See? How this shit's just fucking twisted as fuck. Fuck, I just want to be tired with all the bullshit. Fucking just make me a goddamn celebrity and fucking... Let's get past the fucking game show. God damn, this stuff sucks. Or give me a way so I can build my way up. but not penny by penny over the next fucking decade. Like I've had to do from nothing the whole way while getting fucking robbed the whole way and providing the whole way. And everyone just be able to come in and fucking take what they want. For like I'm providing all the weapons at the fucking armory. But even if I get rid of all that stuff, it's not gonna like it won't be. It's not like it hasn't already been collected to use against me or for whatever purpose. So if I can't hold anything, but I have to hold everything, then what the fuck are we holding on to? What the fuck is this game about? How fucking hard is it just for me to fucking go on a date or have some money or to be able to pay my debts? It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's got to be all or nothing. Oh, but that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. God, I miss when life was simple. Wait, life is simple. There's nothing going on. There's nowhere to go. Got no money. Because they wanted to set me up during. I got one thing on my record. It says, "Oh look, he stole." Even though I left all my information and I didn't steal anything and get away with nothing. Oh, but it's got to be so that any business I got to apply to. Oh, but it's got to be online, and so then go through an AI system or whatever to tell them whether they can hire me or not, and to keep everyone apart. And then they'll just like, oh no, he's a thief. He can't work here. Oh, but somebody who's got like 5 felonies can get a job anywhere. You know, they serve their time, but I'm inside and outside of time. And oh, it's all about theft. But hey, who's stealing everything from me? The government. Who set me up? The government and the Masons and the police and shit. At the same time as paying other people around me to fucking do all this shit. But I can't. But I have a theft on my record. Even though I'm the most honest motherfucker ever, I can't even provide everything, and still have a place of high honor. Oh, but if I throw it all away, oh look, he stole it now. Now he stole it. There's got to be a way, and it's gonna have to do with somebody else helping me, because obviously I can't do this shit alone, and I can't do it with a whole fucking collective of people, can I? Everyone else can get support and get supported and be able to pay their bills and shit. No matter what I do and provide, I still can't get any support until a person helps me. Oh, but God helps them who help themselves. Themselves. Oh, but like, what? How can you twist that when this all has to do with the higher self or the, fucking the self? When it's tied to a whole bunch of organizations and shit, and computers and a collective of people and my neighborhood and uh, fucking gang stalking, and I can't tell if it's the people that are around me or if it's the people that are getting paid that I think are my friends. Because that's the way most anyone is. Oh, well, as long as you do anything against that guy or you get him to lead him on, we'll make sure you get paid. Okay. And then it shows deep down how Weirdly, how everyone is willing to betray and hurt anyone for any reason as long as they think that they can get ahead themselves or get paid. And it makes it seem like there is no such thing as real love in the entire world. And there is no such thing as loyalty or trust. It's all an act. I hope that's not true.